All right, this is a sequel of sorts. No, it's not an unboxing video or an unpacking video, but I am going to take these out of the packaging and out of the Savers bag. You can probably guess what that first one is, and we'll go through Sunday's haul of thrift store records. I find it very hard to resist if I see some Sinatra out there in the wild. I think I already have a couple of copies of this. Sinatra's That's Life. Nothing special, but it's a mono pressing. Next one is a very worn copy of the Beach Boys in concert. Gatefold with the booklet. Booklet is still intact. You see they're wearing their classic candy stripe shirts. Vinyl doesn't look great. Cover doesn't look great, but another buck. Next one, Barry White. Just another way to say I love you. I have the Love Orchestra release. I absolutely loved it, so I really had to get this one. His Love Serenade Part 2. Very underrated. I love Barry White. Yeah, he's got the cool baritone, deep voice, but also a just a great ear for music. Fantastic talent. Frampton, I'm in You. I've been looking for a copy of this out in the wild. I can't say I'm a Frampton fan, but who didn't have a stereo system in the 1970s and have a copy of this? I think you have to have it. Next one, the Mamas and the Papas. This is another one I don't really find out in the wild that much. I think this is a mono pressing. If You Can Believe Your Eyes and Ears, classic cover. This is the one with California Dreamin', and this is a mono on the Dunhill label, which I think was part of ABC. Next one, the stereo version. Michelle Phillips was so hot. Something about that cover. Just the quintessential California hippie girl, and she's so beautiful. But anyways, pretty happy to have those. The next one, a little bit of a oddball, and just a tip for you guys. I have a lot of Joan Baez, and this is what I thought on first glance was a copy of Joan Baez 5. I think she has a beautiful, beautiful voice. Politics aside, she's going into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame for what that's worth. But listen to her voice. Her voice is gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. But this is not Joan Baez 5. What caught my eye, and guys, this is why you have to really take a really close look at what you're buying when you're out in the thrift stores, because up here, Joan Baez 5 rubber sole, and that really piqued my interest, because maybe this was a copy of the Beatles' Rubber Soul. And guess what? Try to do this one-handed. It is the Beatles' Rubber Soul in mono. I showed you guys a video copy that I found of Rubber Soul, a Capital Mono US release. Now I've got two. It was kind of hard to resist for $1, and what I'll probably do is clean that up, and who knows, maybe I'll be on the lookout for a copy of Joan Baez 5 to fill this up. But I'm guessing somebody took the cover of Rubber Soul, maybe they put it in a frame or put it on their dorm room wall, and stored the vinyl inside this Joan Baez jacket. Maybe they didn't like Joan, I don't know, but this was kind of neat. And next we'll open up a Goodwill bag. All right, this is from my favorite Goodwill store, and I have found so many great finds. These were actually, these were 80 cents a piece before my 20% off, so you do the math. I got these for well under $1 a piece, and actually also picked up a pair of Sony headphones. These were $4.99 before my 20% off. Nice to have a pair of headphones. What the heck? They were under $4 with that discount, but let's pull these out of the bag, see what we've got. I'll tell you, in New England, there's a lot of stuff you don't see, and one of the things you just don't see out there in the wild are Rolling Stones albums. Big hits, High Tide and Green Grass by the Rolling Stones. Yeah, the jacket's worn. Get the little booklet in here. I put all these in the plastic sleeves anyway, so honestly I could care less. But for about 70 cents, how can you go wrong? You can't. Pick them up. I mean, you see Rolling Stones out there in the wild, grab them. Next one, re-release, I believe, Passing Strangers with Billy Eckstine and my new favorite female vocalist, Miss Sarah Vaughan. Sarah Vaughan is, I don't know where to start. I think her voice is maybe my favorite female vocalist of all time. But you've got Easter Parade, You're Just in Love, Passing Strangers, Alexander's Ragtime Band, which, you know, no big deal, but really happy to have this. Another piece you just don't see out there in the wild, particularly in New England. You've got this really cool Timeless Original Recordings hype sticker on there. Irresistible to pick up out in the wild. The next one, and this is a group that I'm not even crazy about, Yes relayer. Got a really cool gatefold. I guess you describe these guys as progressive rock. Not a piece you see out there in thrift stores that often. Next one, this gentleman passed away recently, a few months ago, Al Jarreau. L is for lover, and looking forward to giving this one a spin. Looks like it's got the little the discount stamp through there, but price was hard to beat. Next one, Stan Kenton. Another guy I don't see out there in the wild that much. Adventures in Blues. One of the most romantic and powerful volumes in the Kenton Library. Well, I don't have any of the Kenton Library, so this is a mono copy. High fidelity on the Capitol label. Nice to have. Some more Doobie Brothers. Living on the Fault Line, and with that iconic picture of the Transamerica building. I guess it looks like Big Sur, and transposed certainly decades before Photoshop. Living on the Fault Line. Has a Carly Simon song, You Belong to Me. Has Chinatown, fantastic Doobie Brothers song. Living on the Fault Line. Next one. Oh boy, did I screw up here. Another Rolling Stones. This is the same one I just showed you guys. Cover's missing. Whoa, we've got some pretty clean looking vinyl, so looks like I'll have my pick here of which one survives. Maybe I'll do a Frankenstein and put together one nice copy, but James Bond soundtrack, The Spy Who Loved Me. I love Bond films. Great soundtrack. Marvin Hamlish, I could do without. He's pretty terrible, but the classic Carly Simon title song, nice to have. Great cover art. Some Kenton. The Kenton Touch. Portraits and Strings. On Capitol, really nice artwork. And so now I've got two Kenton pieces. Ahmad Jamal Trio on Epic. I have a couple of his other albums. Really fun, nice jazz, great listens. And one more we've got here. Some more Yes. Chase to the Edge. I don't think these guys are gonna grow on me after I give these a listen. It's on the Atlantic label. I don't know. I can't say they're my favorite. I think they're great musicians. their music just, it doesn't do it for me. So anyways, you know, for 70 some odd cents, pretty hard to resist. And that was Sunday's haul. So I hope you enjoyed these videos. Maybe I'm showing off or gloating a little bit here, but these were all $1. So it pays to hit the thrift shops. I hit them a couple of times a week. And that's how you find this stuff. If you see rock and roll out there in the wild, grab it, because it doesn't last very long. And everyone's, you know, everyone in the forum says, "Oh, all I see is Al Hurt or Herb Alpert or." Who's that guy who had his own TV show? Lawrence Welk. Well, yeah, you're going to see a lot of those in the thrift stores, but keep trying, because when you go there enough and you sift through a lot of the crap that's out there, you can find stuff like this. And if you're patient and you're persistent, it can pay dividends, and you can find some great stuff like this. Guys, these were all $1 a piece. You know, if they're in good shape, great. If not, you're only out $1 or less. So I hope you enjoyed these videos, and happy spinning.